if I send you $5 online, who confirms that transaction? Is it your bank, a server somewhere, or just trust? And here is a harder question. What stops me from sending that same $5 to 10 people at once? Now think about it. In the digital world, what actually stops that? And if you can't answer that clearly, then you have just found the real problem. Now, before we go ahead, here is what we are going to do. In this video, we will break down how money works and where it breaks in the simplest possible way. No jargon, no complicated terms, just a simple story. By the end of this, you will clearly understand what Bitcoin is and why it even exists. Now, let us simplify this. I want to buy 1 kg apples from John. There are many ways I can pay him. Let us walk through all of them because this is the easiest way to understand Bitcoin. Case 1. Barter. I give John 1 kg oranges for his 1 kg apple. Sounds simple, right? But think, John must agree 1 kg apple equals to 1 kg oranges. What if he doesn't like oranges? Or worse, if I cheat and give 800 grams instead of 1 kg, or give 10 shoes which he doesn't need. Now imagine doing this daily. This system breaks very quickly. This is the barter problem. Case 2. Gold. Now, I give a small piece of gold to buy 1 kg apples from John. This is better, right? John can use it anywhere. But here is where it gets tricky. I must carry gold at all times. Break it into exact pieces and we both have to check. Is it real? Is it pure? Imagine doing this for every payment. It becomes hard. Honestly, painful. This is the portability problem and the verification problem. Case 3. Cash. I give John $5. Simple and fast, right? But let's go one step deeper. For this to work, the government must first print these bills, distribute them, and maintain their value. And history shows this doesn't always go well. In Zimbabwe, money lost value so badly, people needed trillions of dollars just to buy basic things. In Venezuela, prices changed almost daily. People rushed to spend money before it dropped value. At one point, people made bags out of cash. Think about that. Your money becoming useless. So, money works because we trust it will hold value. Also, there is one more issue with cash. I can cheat with fake cash. And one more thing, we must meet in person to make this transaction happen. Plus, within costs exist: printing, transport, security. So even in something as simple as a cash transaction, you are still relying on trust and a system behind it. This is the trust problem and the infrastructure problem. Case 4. Online payment. Now, I send $5 online to John for 1 kg apples. No cash, no meeting. That's powerful. But now we depend on banks. The bank checks, do I have money? Am I trying to cheat? Bank also updates records, sends confirmations, runs systems, employs people. If different banks are involved, they have to coordinate. Now here is the uncomfortable truth. This works because we trust the system and you don't notice it until the day something gets blocked. Accounts can freeze, transactions can stop, countries can lose financial access. And if you try to move money fast across borders, it's not that easy. It feels smooth. Behind it, there is control. This is the middleman problem. And again, a trust problem. Now, across all methods, we keep seeing the same problems over and over. Barter problem, portability problem, verification problem, trust problem, infrastructure problem, middleman problem. So the question is, can we design money without these problems? So instead of solving one problem at a time, Bitcoin tries to solve all of them together. In 2008, an anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto, introduced Bitcoin. But theory is not enough. In 2010, Laszlo Anyets made a real meaningful Bitcoin transaction. He paid 1,000 Bitcoins to Jeremy Sturdivan for 2 pizzas. At that time, it was worth just $25. today that same Bitcoin is worth millions. This proved Bitcoin could actually be used to exchange value. Now back to John. Case 5. Bitcoin. I sent John Bitcoin for 1 kg apples. But what does that actually mean? Bitcoin is not a physical coin, not a note you can hold. Think of it like this. It is like points in your account that you can send to anyone, anywhere. To use Bitcoin, both of us need a digital wallet, like an app that stores our Bitcoin. When I send Bitcoin, I'm not sending a file. I'm updating this shared system to show this amount now belongs to John. Now what changes? No bank, no middleman, no permission. And I cannot cheat. I cannot send the same Bitcoin twice. The system won't allow it. Remember gold? Breaking it into small pieces? Bitcoin solves that. 1 Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million units called Satoshis. Now you might ask, who is running this system? A global network of computers called miners. They verify transactions, add them to the system, and keep everything running. For doing this, they earn rewards and fees, often called gas fees. We will go deeper into this in another video. One more thing, only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. No one can change that. Now let's be honest, Bitcoin is not perfect. Price fluctuates, the system is evolving. But for the first time, we can send value anywhere without permission, without middlemen, and without relying on trust. So let's bring it all together. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. We still don't know who that is. Bitcoin does not exist as a coin or a note. You can't hold it in your hand. It exists on the internet as a digital currency, backed by a system that anyone can access. Think of it like points in your account, but not controlled by any company, not controlled by any government. When you own Bitcoin, what you actually own is the ability to send those points to anyone in the world without permission. And that system is maintained by thousands of computers around the world. So if you had to explain Bitcoin in one line, Bitcoin is a global system that lets people send and own money without relying on a bank. Once you see that, you don't just understand Bitcoin, you start questioning how money works. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.